It's going to be gradual exposure. If you were here driving with me, I will have you in the lane to the right, getting comfortable, making sure you're emotionally and physically ready. Once I see you're comfortable, it takes about 15 to 25 minutes. Everyone's a little bit different. Then I would get you in the middle lane. I'm driving in the middle lane right now. It's nice and smooth. I'm at about 55. I can see traffic to the left. My middle lane is smooth. The lane to the right, we have cars exiting, coming on. And I would teach you to have really good speed control. And I think in the beginning, just having you practice getting on the expressway, getting off. This area is very good as a corridor. I take adults and teens on this route. You will practice 8 to 10 times getting on. And then we would get off. We would look at some video of things we've made. And I would give you feedback immediately. I'm really good at giving feedback to students and adults on what you need to work on. We usually drive in groups of 2 or 3. And then we all learn from each other. That's what I would do. And then specifically, if I think you need speed control, we will work more on that. Like for instance, I'm at 61, speed limit here is 70. I can drive 70, but I'll be tailgating cars and it's rush hour. I don't want to do that. It's too dangerous. So I'd rather cruise at 65, 61, 68, and to use the brakes when we need to. So like that car cutting off, that'll just freak us all out. And then that's an accident that's happened. The truck to the right, going too fast in these type of conditions. This truck almost is about to get hit, see? So that's a great question. Keep the questions coming. You need to keep looking at my videos also. Glad I could help. You're welcome. Make sure you look at all the videos. Other questions, put them in. Notice cars will cut you off with blinkers also. So you can't let people knock you off of your educational block when driving. Like that car, I just squeeze my brakes, keep space. They're in a hurry. And if you look at some of these semi-trucks, they drive in the middle 2 lanes. They're really smooth. And the lane to the left, fast lane, lane to the right, you always get cut off. If you can get one of these 2 middle lanes, you're going to be really good for speed control, for smoothness. Driving takes about 10 years to master. So if you're 21, that's 31. If you're 25, that's 35. If you're 20, that's 30. And you have to have someone who's willing to take you out. Like that white truck, people move too fast in small spots. That thing could tip over. It's got a higher center of gravity, so I'm not trying to bother with them. That semi-truck is pushing that burgundy car. Semi-trucks are in a hurry too. There's a lot more traffic in every metropolitan city I've been to. Downtown Houston, Texas, 5 lanes, semi-trucks, cattle trucks, a lot of different types of vehicles. I have some content. I'll try to find it and get it up. I'm staying away from the truck. We're at 65 now, the speed limit's 70. So I'm gonna change the lane to the left because it's open. See how much open it is? Isn't that nice? right at about 70, the speed limit. You don't have to speed to get where you're going. You get better fuel economy. Also, you need to check the air pressure in your tires when cold. I was watching a video on a tire rack. I'm not sponsored, but your tires are one of the most important things separating you and the road. So if your tires are properly inflated, check them once a month, and you have the right tires for your area, you get better mileage, better ride quality. So I thought that was very interesting. I'm going to get back over one lane to the right. It's the left lane, it's the passing lane. Now we're good. If everyone follows this, and I have to admit, I used to be in that left lane too, it facilitates or smooth the flow of traffic. This road is very terrifying because it's really a long curve. My foot slipped off the gas. I've had clients almost hit the wall or slide. A Charger GT hit the wall here a couple of days ago because it was raining and they're going too fast. I'm at 70. The cars are just passing me by. But this is the HTS, the Highway Transportation System. I'm lifting my foot off the curb because centrifugal force is pulling me out to the right. If you have more questions, put them in. I'm at about 70. We've got our warning signs to the left. Those are chevron alignment signs. They tell us the road is going to the right. And I'm going to make a lane change to the left. You might be able to hear my blinker. And then I have to pick up some because I'm in a passing lane. And a lot of beginners struggle with the proper acceleration. Looking around the curve to really see where there are brake lights, debris, a deer. I see brake lights. I'm lifting my foot. I see a lot of cars just changing lanes, left, middle, right, right, middle, left. Again, I'm staying in the same lane. We've got our warning line to the left. We're in North America. And we have a broken white line. We're at about 68 miles an hour. Their front right tire, the front left tire is low. You can look at it, it's kind of flat. They're not getting good mileage or performance. I can check the computer on this car. Our fuel range is 212. Our instant fuel economy is 34 to 45 miles per gallon. Our air filter is 80%. Now this is interesting. Our front left tire is 35 pounds warm. Our front right tire is 34. our rear left is 34 and our rear right is 35. They're within a pound of each other, that's fine. But I could inflate these a little bit more to reduce the rolling resistance without overinflating, and I might try that to see if I get a little bit more fuel economy. It's very windy today, so the car's being pushed to the left. You see my hands are off the seat, but that's that auto steering. This car does have lane keep assist, and you heard that? You heard that? That's that lane keep assist. That's weird. So the car is talking to me. It's almost like autopilot. So the computer senses something is going on, right? And that'll be in the next generation cars to teach young adults. So literally the car is driving itself. But, so I just want to show you this. We're safe. The car is talking to us. And that's the lane keep assist. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Now, we're back. But literally the car was driving itself, but it noticed that something was going on. And that's the newer technology, and I think government mandates are good for the common good, right? We're going to have newer technology. California, some of the states out west have very strict rules on emissions and electric cars, so by 2035, they're going to have pretty much all electric. Don't know if we're going to get there. I'm in the Midwest, so we don't have those strict EPA, Environmental Protection Agencies yet, but we have a different president coming in, and some of the rules will be affected, but you can't change everything. Some of it will be for the good, some will be for the bad, but it is what it is. I'm going to get up here at this exit. Going into this curve about 27. My rear passenger tire is 36. The rear left 35, the front left 35, the right front is 34. So you saw how the temperature changed. Rolling up real easy. A lot of beginners slam brakes, and that's how we get rear-ended. Also, if you were driving with me, I would tell you this: keep space, go with the flow. A lot of beginners go too slow, which creates road rage, and people want to run us off the road. Some beginners go too fast. Everyone's a little bit different. I do have a Timberland boots on today, so they're really thick, so it's a little hard for me to feel the pedal. But for a beginner, that's very dangerous. The car is kind of lumbering along. I think this transmission could be an 8-speed or 9-speed. Don't quote me on that. I'll do some research. And then I'm going to squeeze my brake really easy. This is the stop bar stop line. I need to stop here. This car does have auto shut off, which is definitely a fuel savings, and every automotive manufacturer in the U.S. has to have certain safety equipment. Daytime running lights, timeout brake light, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. To take clients, there are a lot of 4-way stops, 2-way stops, pedestrians. This is a great way to help reduce anxiety. I'm showing you some of the best practices. These are some of the things that I would do in my master class. So if this is bringing you value, just watch all the videos. I'm going to be over at beginner driver in the snow. What I want you to do is get into a parking lot and practice making those panic stops. Get comfortable with the car. Does the car drift to the left? Does the car drift to the right? Make those hard panic stops. Does the car swerve or does it stop straight, just like we were behind this vehicle? Practice turning the wheel to the right. Is the car predictable? You want a car that's predictable. I think the scariest thing to be for anyone is to be in a car that is not predictable. You want to be in a car that is predictable. When you're driving in the snow, you need to know, okay, my car will slide if I accelerate. My car will grip if I accelerate. My car will steer to the right when I put steering input into the right. Be predictable. You want a car that's predictable. When I drive with my students, I want to know that you're predictable. I want to know that you're not going to panic in heavy traffic. You want to slow down really easy and take your time, such as right now. You can see the volume of traffic is picking up. I'm going to make a left turn for you. I'm going to show you. And legally, I can do this. The line is broken. I don't want to drive down the middle because that will be illegal and I'll get a ticket. I'm going to take you on a route that I normally go on. This is a protected left turn, so we're going to talk about that. The volume of traffic is getting very heavy right now, and if I drive you in this type of environment, I know the route that I'm going to take you on. We drive with a purpose, and I think you're learning the inside of how I teach driving education to adults and teens. Is very deliberate. It's very thought out. We're not just driving around. I need to know the area, the time of day, what is your mental capacity, are you ready for this, have you been through trauma? So I have you fill out a form. And I'm going to get some forms together, make some Google Docs, and put those out so I can understand my viewer more, and then I can help you more. I got a blinking yellow. There's my green. Watch. I turn by the double yellow. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's a good turn. And if you do that, you're going to pass your test. I'm going to get over one lane. People usually speed through this area. And I made my lane change. And now we have a warning sign, so I look left and right as I go over the railroad tracks and check traffic. This is preparing you for the road test. Always look around and always be prepared for the unexpected. And then I'm going to take you on the route that I normally take clients on. So this is kind of the inside of what we're doing, and then we're going to squeeze brakes and look, and then I turn hand over hand into the turn, and I turn hand over hand out. So how smooth that was? And then I accelerate through the turn, and I'm checking for cars. This area has a lot of animals, turkey, deer, hawks. There's a lot of wildlife here, so we want to be careful. But also it's real peaceful. So if I take you in this road, although I did have a client almost crash, and then another instructor, their client, an instructor did crash. I'll try to show you where. These curves, dangerous. Curves are dangerous roads. I'm looking ahead around. A lot of beginners overturn to the right, will be in the ditch, or they drift to the left out of the lane. So I want to see you smooth. I want to see you taking your time and really looking ahead. Double yellow means we cannot pass. Double yellow means we cannot pass. And then we have an edge line to the right. We're in North America, so this helps you learn how to drive. You want to look ahead and aim high. This route is about 8 miles. It consists of right turns, two-way roads, intersections, railroad tracks, light to medium traffic. And then we'll practice slowing down, squeezing the brake. We want to see the rear of the tire, which you should be able to see now. And then at the light, we'll have to make a right turn, and I'll talk about that. How to make a right turn, we have on our blinker, we squeeze brakes, but I'm going to go ahead and stop and not run the light. On your road test, I would not recommend that. We would wait. We can always go for another light. So be consistent. Your road test is looking for consistency. The semi-truck driver is shifting a manual transmission. It's an 18-speed. They just use the clutch to get the vehicle started, and then they're shifting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then they hit a button on the shifter. Here's another tip. This always gets beginners in trouble. You can turn on red. However, there's a lot of traffic. There's no sign saying that you can't. So I have my students wait, because this way we're guaranteed to not be rushed, not pull out in front of cars, and then we're more likely to not go over the curb. I've had students go over the curb. I've had students drift out of the lane. So I think an experienced teacher is really important at that. Extremely important. Okay, I'm going to move forward. How do you make a right turn? I'll look left and right. I'm moving up. I can turn on red, turn in the nearest lane, and I turn out hand over hand, and I accelerate through the turn. I'm looking ahead. This would make you have anxiety because all these cars are cutting in front of us. Me knowing this, I would just have you slow down, keep space, and just take your time. And this is a heavy area. The RR means railroad. Sorry about the bumps in this area of the country. I have space in front of me, but what you can't see is the car behind me literally tailgating me. So if I move forward, I'm going to lose my space. You can protect the space in front of you, but you can't behind you. We have to look left and right over the railroad tracks. This is part of your test, and some railroad crossings are very rough. This one is really nice. We have a new restaurant in this area. It's a Chick-fil-A, so this is good for the economic impact, but it's bad for volumes of traffic here. And then I'm going to squeeze my brake. I know you can hear the blinker. It depends on what you like. Some drivers like the loud noise, some don't. Some younger drivers like it, some younger drivers hate it. Some older drivers like it, some older drivers hate it. And I need to pull in here. Pause. And I'm going to move forward. Sorter could be ready.